This is KOAA News 5 Special Edition.
Hello and thank you for watching News 5 After the Game. I'm Diane Derby. Colorado Springs Mayor Yemi Mobolade will present his 2026 budget to City Council tomorrow morning. We already know city staff members have been laid off, and most employees will be taking unpaid furlough days next year. These are cost-saving measures as the city faces a $31 million expected budget shortfall. News 5's Allison Zimmerman sat down with the mayor to talk about some of the factors that shaped his decisions.
The big story right now is this expected $31 million budget shortfall. In 30 seconds or less, how would you describe this to someone on the street as to how we got here today?
Yeah, it's the same challenge many businesses and families in America are facing. Inflation, consumer sentiment is low. So what the city is experiencing is what many American families are experiencing. And our revenues at the city is primarily based off of the economic condition and prosperity. So because people are not spending, because there's a lot of uncertainty, therefore the city does not have the revenues that we typically have.
Sales tax collections are falling flat in the city this year. That money makes up a bulk of the budget. And that, combined with increased cost, is what the city says is leading to an expected $31 million shortfall.
The cost of materials, whether it's asphalt, you name it, everything is more expensive.
I would imagine payroll is probably the city's biggest expense.
Well said.
But in terms of working the way through this shortfall, what's an expense that maybe people would be surprised to learn is actually pretty costly for the city?
That's a great question. I would say probably people may not be surprised by this, but just the cost of doing business, health insurance. I mean, we have to take care of our people. So the cost, medical insurance is going up, and benefits, all those things. So that's a cost, that is a non-negotiable. Contracts, the contracts, I mean, those go up every year. So there's not enough revenues, and there's just a cost of purchasing and doing business.
In terms of contracts, could the city not write something into some of these contracts with vendors of, in the event that budget hits a certain amount, we're allowed to renegotiate the price? Or
that's a great
that
question. When we say contracts, there are different types of contract. So the type of contract you're actually talking about is possible, but it's a very small level.
The mayor says that type of contract is more likely in contracts with nonprofits and groups like the Springs Chamber. But for businesses doing technology agreements with the city, that is not the case.
We don't control that. That is a private entity. Like when I think about our police officers and the technology they use, whether it's a body cam or tasers, those are all private entities who also incur the cost of doing business. So they come back to us and say, you know, your new contract is going to be 5% more.
Some of these contracts are put in place years ahead to try and save money by locking in the price earlier.
And so it's not something, now we can try to negotiate that,
right,
but our options are, do we continue that, or do we find a new vendor? And finding a new vendor but could potentially set us backwards. And so sometimes it might be easier to just incur the cost of this technological platform that is effective, we know keeps our community safe, and we can keep the ball moving.
As we've reported, the city announced last month it's proposing steps to save money in 2026. It comes at a cost of nearly 40 people losing their jobs. City employees will be taking 5 furlough days, which are unpaid. Employees making more than $72,000 a year will take 2 additional furlough days. The mayor said his priority in this budget process is making sure public safety is minimally impacted.
But I'm not apologizing for prioritizing public safety, because it's not just a priority for me, it's a priority for our residents. When you look at all the data and the polls and surveys and town halls, that is the #1 issue on the top of our residents' mind.